welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'll explain the 3 main reasons why emotional intelligence is tremendously important, and more so for highly sensitive women. At the end, you'll have in your hands the secret to success and happiness. I am a certified life coach since 2016. I have not only helped numerous women achieve these results, but these are the principles and the tools I've applied myself to create the life and business that I've always dreamed of. And God knows what a dreamer I am and how big my dreams are. So this is not theory. I'll be sharing practical tips and tools that actually work if you do the work. So number one is the mind, and I'm going to talk, this is the fascinating part of it. It's not about psychology, it's actually biology. The brain is composed of 3 main parts. So one is the neocortex. This is the part of the brain that manages everything analytical, logical thoughts, and some of the actions as well. And we have the limbic brain. So this is part of the brain that's responsible for feelings, for emotions. It's responsible for all human behavior and decision making. And it goes on, this part of the brain has no capacity for language. I'm going to repeat that because I find it mind-blowing. So the part of the brain that actually manages decision making has no capacity for language. It's driven by emotion. Do you see where I'm going with this? This is why emotional intelligence is so important. If you manage your emotions, you'll be able to manage your decision making and your life as a result. It's mind-blowing. And you, my fellow lady, as a highly sensitive woman, you perceive these emotions more intensely. You feel them more intensely than the majority of people. You perceive nuances that 80% of the population does not. Do you see what a gift it is to be able to feel that so intensely? You're basically one step ahead of everyone else. And just to illustrate it, mainly if you're highly sensitive, your brain, it's most likely that your brain works in arborescent mode, which means in like firework mode. Just a practical example is, does it happen for you that you start a sentence on one topic and then you end up with another topic that is not remotely related, and sometimes the person in front of you is like, what are you talking about? But it made sense for you and you can't remember how you ended up there necessarily. That's a brain that works in a firework mode, and it's not a linear mode where thought A leads to thought B leads to thought C. That's one of the signs that you're highly sensitive and that you're able to perceive things that the majority of people don't. And this is truly a gift. I know, as I'm as highly sensitive, and me, including me, for years I've lived it as a curse, but now in the recent years I've learned to I finally learned that it is actually a massive gift, and I'm using it as such, and it's just been incredible. My life has been incredible since. All these thoughts are what creates emotion, and emotions create action, as we've seen, as the part of the brain that's responsible for decision making has no capacity for language and actually is triggered by emotions. This being said, did you know that studies show that an average person has between 12,000 and 60,000 thoughts a day? 80% of these are negative thoughts. 80% of the thoughts that an average person has are negative. Knowing that thoughts create emotion and emotion creates action, how do you expect your life to be? Imagine if 80% of these thoughts were positive instead. How would your life be? See, it's really this simple, and that's what I want you to and that's what I want to help you with. That's where emotional intelligence enters the scene and makes a whole difference. Emotional intelligence is about checking in about which thoughts, which beliefs are driving your life, and is about learning to listen to your emotions and from then taking action. It's really this simple, which doesn't mean easy, because it's not. It takes work, it takes persistence, it takes consistency, it takes determination, and it takes a whole lot of courage and bravery to do the work. But the principle is this simple. And this is where I can help you. I'm offering to help you through the steps and to hold your hand throughout the process. So once you get this, point 2 and 3 will be really easy and straightforward. So point 2 is our internal built-in system. Our emotions are actually our internal built-in system, what we commonly call negative emotions. And I don't like the term, I don't agree with it. All emotions are here for a reason. There's no such a thing as negative or positive emotion. They are all positive because they are here to let us know what we call negative emotions, such as anger or sadness. Well, they're actually here to warn us that we are doing something, or that we are receiving a treatment that's not in line with our deepest beliefs and values. This is all it does. And as such, when you start looking at it from this perspective, you realize it's actually a gift that we have. It's a skill that allows us to know these things and be more respectful with our deepest values, with our inner self. The beauty of it, actually, it's the tricky parts as well, but it's I find it so fascinating, is that most of it happens at the subconscious level. That's the tricky part, and that's where you'll have work to do, is to bring as much thoughts and beliefs as possible to the conscious level. This is raising your self-awareness, and the more you increase your self-awareness, and the more aligned you will feel with yourself, and the more your actions will be with your deepest values, with what you really think and believe in. So you want to identify what are the beliefs, what are the thoughts, the things that you were told as a little kid that drive your life without you even knowing it, because that's how the brain works. It takes the shortcuts. It is designed to take the shortcuts to these beliefs, these experiences that you might have had in the past, and it just do it on autopilot mode. So you want to bring that to awareness and actually teach the brain to take the new way to where you want it to be. And once you do that, once you identify what your values are, what are your beliefs, what your belief system is, and that includes your limiting beliefs, you will be in a position where you'll start taking action and not be in a position of reaction all the time. And this brings us to point 3, is about taking actions and being aligned with that are aligned with your values. This is really key to living your true life, to living a wholehearted life. It's the key to internal balance and alignment. I mean, when you're there, it doesn't feel like an effort anymore to do things. Just imagine a life where you are truly aligned with where your actions are really aligned with what you truly desire. It's a life of joy and happiness, and this is why I say this is the secret to a life of success and happiness, because once you're there, you know what your purpose is, you know what your calling is, and you do actions in line of that, and that's a true source of fulfillment and happiness. And I relate to this so much. For years I've been an addicted procrastinator. I procrastinated for so long, and this is what helped me stop it. Is because at some point when I did the work, when I realized I found my vocation, which is life coaching, but even after that I was so confused on what message to get out there, how to get it there, what to talk about, etc. And it took me years to get where I am now, where it is joyful. I'm really happy to do the things that I do, and I've just stopped procrastinating altogether, because everything I do comes from a place of happiness. I'm not saying everything 100% of the time. There are always some admin stuff that I hate doing, which I still have to do, and I still procrastinate sometimes a little bit. But I'm talking about the things that make my life move forward, the things that are really tremendous to my business, to my life, to my relationships. This is what I'm talking about, and this is how you create a wholehearted life that is in line with your truest self and your inner self. And this is the place of just deep joy and fulfillment, and I wish that for you. So we've seen the three main reasons why emotional intelligence is so important. First, it's because this is how the mind works. It's driven by emotions. Second, it's because emotions are actually our internal alarm system, and once we start treating it as such, it becomes just this priceless tool that we have within our hands, and that we can use on a daily basis. And this is where emotional intelligence enters. And once you increase your self-awareness, that's where we get to point 3, where your actions become aligned with your values, and that's the key to success and to happiness. You can experience what it is to bring to the conscious level some parts of your belief system and have at least one major aha moment for free. I have designed for you one sample master coaching session. It's free. Make sure to check the link below to access it. And please, 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 this is an inclusive, interactive community. I would love to hear from you. Please share with me what's your main takeaway from this video in the comment section below. I'd really love to hear that. Your comments, your likes mean the world to me. This is what will allow me to keep doing what I do and keep providing valuable free content. Stay tuned for more videos on emotional intelligence. In this one, we've seen why it's important. In the next ones, I also develop how to build emotional intelligence. I'll cover emotional intelligence at work, but also provide exercises to increase your emotional intelligence. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, make sure to hit the bell so you don't miss my next release, and feel free to share with your friends. Thanks a million for watching. I send you lots of love and positive vibes. Have a fabulous day and week ahead. See you soon.